Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Yes, let's get myself proportionally in the middle. There we go. There we go. Yes, the Formula One madness has returned once more for the second half of the F1 season in 2026. And of course, we couldn't start the show without everyone's favourite bear. It's TB the bear, TB the bear, everyone's favourite. Wait a minute, what do you want? He says, did you see him on today's video? That's what he said. Yes, we did, TB. You were driving my truck, weren't you? Yes. He hasn't even got a licence. No. He hasn't even got a licence, but he was driving my bloody truck. Yes, here he is. Number one, Lewis Hamilton fan. Still don't get it. Still. No. Anyone? Anyone? No? No. Number one, Lewis Hamilton. Now, of course, we've had some shock news this morning. It was such a shock that I had to get on the camera really quick. Yes. And that is that Max has re-signed, not resigned, re-signed at Red Bull until 2030. 2030. Yes. What do you say about that, TB? He says, oh, bugger. I was hoping that Lulu was going to replace Verstappen just to drive the Lulu fans crazy. Oh, imagine if that had happened. Imagine if that had happened. Imagine if Verstappen had said, nope, that's it. I'm out of here. And Lulu replaced him. Yeah, I know you'd have loved it. You'd have loved it, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd have loved it. Yeah. But there you go. Anyway, let's put you over here, TB. Fantastic. So, hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Yes, Hookster Talks is back with you on the Thursday evening once again. And before we start, we're going to look at the F1 news. Yes. Of course, the big news, which I already reported about this morning, is that Max Verstappen is going to stay at Red Bull now until 2030. 2030. Now, I've said this, I think, in a couple of comments somewhere. Can't remember where. But I think because it's a long-term contract, that the get out of jail free card, I think, has probably been lowered slightly. That's usually what happens when you sign a long-term contract, because Red Bull now are committed to Max Verstappen for the future, for the next 4 years. They're committed to Max. So they don't want to be in a situation where next year, say the car's a complete disaster, absolute terrible car, and then Max goes, right, that's it, I'm out of here. They don't want that, because they're now gearing that car up for Max. And as everyone knows, Max, just like Michael Schumacher, he had the car adapted for himself. Didn't matter about the teammate, the car was adapted for himself. So if the car's terrible next year and Max goes, that's it, I'm out of here, it will put Red Bull in a very difficult situation, because not only would they have to get a new driver, but that driver would have to get used to that car. So I think the expectations have probably been lowered just slightly. Not much. I don't know what it was this year. I think it was third place in the championship. So I would probably say that's been lowered a little bit. Maybe sixth position. Maybe sixth position or lower. Then gives Max the opportunity to say, right, that's it, I'm out of here. But they're not going to invest all that money, which they've obviously done now with Max, for him next year to say, no, that's it, right, I'm going. They want to make it as difficult as possible. So I say, I'm pretty sure now the bar would have been lowered just a tad, just a tiny little tad. So yeah. So Max, as Mr. Helium Trophy pointed out in the comment section, no other team would allow him to go off and do other things like Red Bull does. And that's very, very true, because he goes off and does races at the Nordschleife, he does GT3 stuff as well. And yes, I don't think any other team would allow that, because I haven't seen any other driver going off and doing that kind of thing apart from Max. So yeah, that's probably one very good reason why Max has decided to stay at Red Bull. Right, what else have we got? GP fans, well, we don't take any notice of those, do we? Lewis Hamilton Ferrari contract extension is imminent. Yeah, okay. Planet F1, we don't take any notice of that one either. Aston Martin has landed. Yeah, whatever. Crash.net, yeah. Yeah. Let's just have a quick look at that, but we take no notice of Crash.net either. What to expect from Honda's new F1 engine. Honda has moved to downplay expectations surrounding its updated Formula 1 power unit that Aston Martin will run at the Dutch Grand Prix. As Honda and Aston Martin look to recover from a disastrous start to the 2026 season, the Japanese manufacturer is introducing a major engine upgrade at this weekend's race at Zandvoort. Oh, that's good. So they're going to be winning races now then. Winning races at Zandvoort. I can't wait. Can't wait. But Honda has stressed not to expect miracles from the updated power unit. Isn't that exactly what Honda was saying way back when in 2015? Do you remember 2015? When they were saying, you know, oh, there's updates coming, but don't expect miracles, but there's updates coming. Yes, unfortunately, Aston Martin, this year at least, are definitely in the bin. In the bin. Can they pull it together next year? I've no idea, but I have to say, looking at the performance of this year, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. This is the kind of fundamental problems in a F1 team that take years, absolutely years, to iron out. So we could be looking at 2029 before Aston Martin get into any kind of competitiveness again, like they were getting in 2023. So, yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame. Now, before I came on air, I'm sure I saw Carlos Sainz in a video. I did. I've got to find it. Hang on a minute. Saying he just re-signed for Williams on a long-term deal. Maybe I've still got it saved in my history. Yeah, here it is. Here it is.
Hi, everyone.
What is going on here, Carlos?
I'm very excited to tell you that I'm going to keep being a Williams driver for the coming years. It's been an incredible 2 years, years where I felt part of this family, all the Williams family, and I felt very proud to be part of it. Now it's time to keep working hard with all of your support. I think it's been fundamental for all of us in the team. I know we're going through a bit of a difficult patch, but I'm committed to this team, committed for the future to bringing it back to where it belongs. And with all your support, with all your goodwill, I think we can do it all together. Trust me when I say there's a lot of great things happening in the background that unfortunately recently results are not letting us show, but there's a lot of good things coming, a lot of investment back in the team, a lot of new hires, and a lot of good things happening in the background that I think are going to make us competitive in the future. So yeah, more than ever, we need your support until the end of the year, and hopefully 2027 will be an even better one. So let's go for it. Thank you.
Now, two things I didn't check. One was, is that AI? And two, is that actually the Williams team? Let's have a look. It is actually the Williams team. Oh my goodness. So when was that on there?
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to tell you that
Oh, yesterday. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. I thought I was missing something from about a week ago. Yesterday. So, there you go. Carlos Sainz is staying with Williams on a new multi-year deal. that to me is absolutely crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, that's that's Let's have a look at Carlos Sainz's points, because don't forget, everyone, in the world of Formula One, points means prizes. Points means prizes. You can say to any team, Cadillac, how well they're doing, and yes, how well they're doing, because they're a brand new team. They've just come into Formula One. They've done everything from scratch, unlike Haas, who some people have said I've said is a poor comparison. I was having a little debate about this the other day with Kimmy Coulton, who's another New Zealand F1 YouTuber. She was saying that Haas, I was comparing Cadillac to Haas, and she was saying, yeah, but the Haas was basically a Ferrari in all but the name. And yeah, I agree, it was, but let's face it, Cadillac had enough time to prepare for this championship. There was rumours of Cadillac entering Formula One, I think maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So it's not like they haven't had time to prepare to get into this championship. But so far, they're on 0 points, unlike Haas at the end of their first year in Formula One in 2016. We ended up with 29 points. Now, of course, Cadillac's still got time to rack up some points, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to reach even 29 by the end of this season, just judging by their form and where they finish on track. So let's look at Carlos Sainz then. Australia, 0 points. China, you got 2 points in China. Japan, 0. 2 points in Miami. 2 points in Canada. Nothing in Monaco. DNF there, of course. Barcelona, nothing. Austria, nothing. Great Britain, nothing. Belgium, nothing. Hungary, nothing. Now, I'm absolutely shit at maths, but I can add up. So that's 2, 4. He's got 6 points in the championship so far, has Carlos Sainz. 6 points. Yeah. That's what doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Now, there is a little thing called loyalty, and I understand that. You go to a team and you feel like you have an obligation to build that team into something great. Lots of drivers have done that in the past. Schumacher went to Ferrari because he wanted to. He'd always loved Ferrari and he wanted to build that team up, and to a very large extent that's exactly what he did. But everything was on Michael Schumacher's rules, of course, but he did build that team up, and of course it went on to become completely dominating through the early 2000s. So I can understand the thinking there. He wants to carry on at Williams and hopefully, but I can't see Williams improving that much to be level with the talent that I believe that Carlos Sainz has got. Don't forget, this former Ferrari driver, former race winner at Ferrari, Carlos Sainz. So he's a very talented driver, and I can't see Williams getting to the level that Carlos needs to actually start getting some very good results in. I mean, very good results. I just can't see it happening. James Vowles, he came out with a lot of bullish statements about when he signed Carlos, about this was the dream of James, bringing Williams back to the front again, back to the glory days of Williams back in the very late 80s and going into the 90s, of course. This was his dream, but unfortunately it turned out to be a little bit Disneyland, didn't it? Let's face it, a little bit Disneyland. It was fine, but it's not realistic because Williams this season haven't done very well at all. Don't forget, this is a former world championship winning team, and they're, I don't know whether you call him number one driver, Carlos. I don't know. Alex might have a few words to say about that, but we'll call him the number one driver at Williams, just for, because one's got to be number one, one's got to be number two. So we'll say Carlos is the number one driver, and he's got 6 points. 6 points. And I say, I can understand the loyalty. I can understand it. I really can. But sometimes you've just got to say, I'm sorry, enough is enough. Now, the other problem is these are the best years of Carlos Sainz's career right now. Let me just check his age. Right, Carlos Sainz is 31 years old. So definitely right now, this is the peak of his career. 31 years old. How old was Damon when he entered? Well, I think he was 33, wasn't he, when he entered Formula One? Very, very late, of course, for Damon. But yeah, 31 years old in Formula One terms, because in any high profile sport, you pretty much reached your peak by the time you get to 36, 38. That's usually about it for you. It's your peak of perfection. That's usually when you start to, lose a bit of pace once you get past 36 years old. So Carlos is definitely in that peak time, and he's just signed long term for Williams. If this doesn't work out in the next few years, then he's going to be 34, 35 years old, approaching the end of his peak time, and he's going to be hunting around trying to get a good seat. But the trouble is, if he's been at Williams for such a long time, not doing very well, and he's sort of, been ending up in 15th and 16th places, all those big teams are going to forget about Carlos. It's going to be like, oh, no, completely forgotten about him. And this is the serious problem, I think, that faces Carlos. It is a serious problem. But there you go. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I so want to be wrong. As everyone knows, Williams is my die-hard favourite team, and it always will be. Williams is what started me watching Formula One in the first place. I will never waver in my devotion for Williams. It's just unfortunate that I can't give them much love at the moment, because they're just not doing anything that warrants it. But still, my heart is still with Williams, and always will be. And I hope Williams will still be on the grid in 20 years' time. Of course, nobody knows if that's going to be true or not, but I just hope that they are. I hope they're still there, and I hope they do come back and get some success. They've, ever since the 2000s, they've had a very roller coaster ride. They've been up and down. They had a real high when they had BMW engines, a real high. There was a lot of good stuff going on at Williams back in those days, but they started to drop off a little bit, but then they came back. I think back in, was it 2016? I remember the 2016 F1 game has Williams as the third best car out of all of them. I remember that. I think it was the 2016 game. So yeah, they had a resurgence again, but they've had several resurgences throughout their career. So I hope they're still going to be around. But for Carlos, I don't know that this was such a good move, to be honest. I just don't know. Right, any more F1 news? Don't think we have. I'm just looking. I'm just looking. No, I think we're done. So, Max has re-signed at just the right time because this weekend, of course, it's the home Grand Prix of Maximilian himself. Yes. And here it is, the Dutch Grand Prix at the Circuit Zandvoort in North Holland, Netherlands. It was raced from 1950 through to 1985, and after a 35-year hiatus from 2021 to 2026. It has been part of the Formula One Championship since 1952 and was designated the European Grand Prix twice in 62 and 76, when this title was an honorary designation given each year to one Grand Prix race in Europe. Designation to one Grand Prix in Europe. It's also the first Grand Prix to have its own music track called Lights Out by Joe Smeltzer, better known as La Fuente, which was played after the national anthem at the 2023 race. Okay. So the last race, of course, was in 2025. Pole position went to Oscar's Pastry, and the winner was Oscar's Pastry. Second was Maxi Boy Verstappen, and third was Isaac Hajar. Fastest lap was Oscar's Pastry. So there you go. The history of Zandvoort revived. Oh, this is good. We got some circuit maps. There you go. That's what it looked like from 1948 to 1971. Look at that. I do like that. I like that bit. I like that bit. Look at that long straight. Very nice. Any more revisions? We got Zandvoort from 1973 to 1979. What changed there then? The panorama mopper bocce seems to have had a little extra kink put in. Yeah, there it is. Look, little bit of an extra kink put in at the bottom there. Nice. I think the rest of the circuit's the same though, isn't it? Yeah, the rest of the circuit's the same. And then we've got the circuit from 1980 to 1985. Any changes there? No, the little kinky bit's still there. Any changes at the top? No, looks pretty much the same to me. Oh no, wait a minute. We got a little extra kinky bit down here as well. Look at this. The Hoden Vlakkel. That's the one. Yeah, look, it's got an extra little chicane now from 1980 to 1985. What have we got next? And now we've got the current layout. There it is. There it is. So Zandvoort is this weekend. Fantastic. Okay. It's time to talk to all you lovely people out there before I get too far down and I've lost the chat. Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the stream. Is that the first comment? He says, congratulations to Lewis Hamilton for winning the 2026 Dutch Grand Prix. Yes, indeed. Well done, Lulu. Well done, Lulu. You never know. Oh, hello, Shane. You never know. Max Verstappen might win another championship. He might indeed, Shane. Crazy that. Hello, Mr. Regal. Welcome to the stream. Quite a shame this weekend. It's the last visit to Zandvoort, but it might come back one day. Yes, it is a shame, but I'm sure it will be back, as I've just proved on the Wikipedia site. It's been on and off quite a few times, so I'm sure Zandvoort will return. 2026 season is back. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hello, TB, my favourite bear. I've missed you over the summer break. Well, he's missed you as well, Shane. Haven't you, TB? Come here, you stupid bear. Haven't you, TB? He says, yes, Shane, he's missed you as well. There you go. Hello, Mr. Plynor Plessy. He says, I heard Jason Plato's BTC's team waiting to admit. Yes, indeed. I was hearing that as well. Now, I don't know anything about British Touring Car Championship. I do watch the highlights, but that's as far as I know. So I don't get into what's happening behind the scenes and whatever. But I have been following this story because I thought it was rather interesting, because I've always been a fan of Jason Plato. And yes, it's gone into administration, but its chief sponsor, which I believe is Catalan. Please forgive me, I may have completely butchered that. But its chief sponsor has actually pumped some more money in, and the team will be continuing on under a different name. I can't remember the name, but it will be continuing on in a different name. But the sad news is Jason Plato has left the team. It will no longer be called Jason Plato Racing. He has left the team, or he's been politely asked to leave. We don't quite know the situation there because it's not been revealed. Even Toka themselves don't know what's happened because they're not privy to what goes on behind the scenes. But yes, Jason Plato is out again from the British Touring Car Championship at the moment. He has either resigned or he's been asked to leave. I think he's been asked to leave. That's my theory anyway. So yes, Jason, for the moment anyway, is out of the British Touring Car again. Now, what that means for the team, I've no idea. Whether that means they're going to go completely downhill, I really don't know. I don't know how much of Jason's input was in that team. If he had a lot of input in the team, then it's possible that, yes, it could start to go downhill, but we'll have to see what happens in the remaining races. But yeah, I'm quite sad about it, to be honest. Jason Plato, as I say, always been a favourite of mine. Of course, very controversial driver, not only just on the track, but off the track as well. A lot of confrontations, a lot of argy-barges, a lot of accusations of being a complete arse hat, which that's been going around for years. So yeah, but I'm still sad that he's actually left touring cars again. And to actually have your name removed from the team as well is not a good situation. So yeah, so the team's still going under a different name. I honestly can't remember the name that they do. I think it's just Catalan, under a different name, but without Jason Plato's involvement at all anymore. That's it. He is out of it. So we'll have to see what happens in the next few races to see whether that team's gonna. I mean, I have no, apart from the fact that his name was on the team, Jason Plato Racing, I don't know how much input he had in that team. It might have been huge. If it was huge, then I'm pretty sure that team's going to be a lot further down the grid in the next coming races. But we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, pretty sad about that, I'll have to say. Pretty sad. Rock DJ, Lady Hear Me Tonight. Out of first place, Matt, says Will. Hello, Will. Welcome to the stream. Shane says, hard to believe Max Verstappen is going to stay in Red Bull until 2030 and hasn't changed teams since 2016. It is hard to believe, Shane. It is. It really is hard to believe. I just hope that they can put it together, because they've lost a lot of good people. And they're not exactly a front-running team right now, are they? Let's face it. They're not even a second team. I mean, it's got to be... you've got to have Ferrari up there, I would say, as the second best team at the moment. Ferrari. Yeah, I'd say Ferrari. Second best team, of course, behind Mercedes. I'd say Ferrari. It's a bit of a toss-up between Red Bull and McLaren at the moment, isn't it? Because McLaren, some races they do well, some races they do pretty abysmal, and that's pretty much been the same with Red Bull as well this season. Some of the races they've done well, some they haven't. So I would say they're kind of joint third in the championship with McLaren at the moment, Red Bull. So definitely not. I mean, they're up there, but they're not. They're kind of like Benetton right now, 1997. If anyone remembers that season, they'll know what I'm on about. That's kind of how I'm feeling about Red Bull right now. And of course, they've had lots of problems, but then a lot of teams have. They've had problems with this Macarena rear wing, of course, and Max has reported several times that the car has run on, which is a disaster in a Formula One car. It's bad enough if that happens in your road car, but for a car to run on in Formula One is a complete disaster. I've mentioned this before, but running on is basically you put your foot on the brake and the engine stays on power, and then it keeps going forwards, and that's a disaster. And my stream's just got my stream just waiting the red bits come back. That's a disaster if the car runs on. It really is. And he's complained about that, and that's caused, I think, 2 of his crashes so far because the engine ran on. Now this is all a result of the 50-50 split, of course, between the engines. Oh God, I'm just going to be so happy. Next year it's going to be slightly better, but I'm just waiting for 2028 when we've got this proper 60-40 split, because I think that is going to make all the difference. All the difference. It really is, with the 60-40 split. And I just can't wait, because, hopefully by then they're not going to have any of this running out of battery, which is what they got at the moment. I'm hoping actually that next year they're not going to have running out of battery. I hope they're going to have enough battery, because it's going up a little bit, isn't it? Not a lot, but it's going up a little bit. But yeah, 2028 is the proper 60-40 split, which I think basically they should have had from the first place, to be honest. There was no way you could have 50-50 on both sides of the engine and expecting that to work, because batteries are completely different from combustible engines anyway. It's a completely different technology, completely different, and you can't have 2 at 50%. It's fine to have the battery as a backup and to give you more boost, but you need the main component of the car to be the combustion engine. The battery always has to be a backup. Can't be in equal terms to the combustion engine, because that's never going to work. I'm not even an engineer, and I know that. I know that's never going to work. A 50-50 split was never going to work. But there you go. That's the powers that be in Formula One right now. Wowzers, says Will. Matt is in first. Oh my goodness. Blanpe says Dave was 72 when Max Verstappen was born. This is incredible. YouTube broke their top chat. Wowzers, me trousers, says Will. Yes. Working again. Crazy that. Lewis Hamilton isn't winning another championship, says Will. Wowzers. Don't say that, Will. Don't say that. You'll get all the fixed boys going crazy. By the way, while I'm here, I believe it's my duty to inform you with a public information film. I believe it's my duty. And here goes. On the F1 Fixed YouTube channel, Mr. Jimmy Fixit has promised, or should that be threatened us, with the fact that he is going to go through the whole of the incident report for the Abu Dhabi 2021 Grand Prix from the official F1 website. Now, there are 42 points in this report, and so far he's made a 30-minute video, 33 minutes in fact, and he's done 2 out of those 42 points. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but if you work out the maths, that's going to be a very, very hard weekend to get through. If you are affected by any of the issues of the F1 Fixed channel, just remember that the Samaritans are always there for you. They're always there if you need them. Yes, it's going to be a very long, hard, cold weekend this weekend, as Mr. Jimmy Fixit gets through the other 40 points of the F1 conclusion of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Yes. So for all of you out there who are avid YouTubers, watchers, you have my sympathy. You really do. One thing we haven't got any new circuits on the F1 calendar next year, but we have got some returning circuits on F1 calendar next year. which are Portimao and Istanbul Park in Turkey. Yes, maybe not. Will says shamebot.exe. Final should go to Barcelona, says Mr. Rugara. Wowzers. Catch me, I'm falling down. Formula One has already raced at Barcelona this year. This is true. They actually did. Williams are a joke, says Will. There you go. I think the season finale should go to Jerez. Don't recognise Williams anymore, to be honest. Incredibly shit, except 2 podiums. Planet Player says Williams haven't been the same since the win. I see what you did there. Williams haven't been the same since the Winfield. I see what you did there. Stop it now. Everybody knows I hate that Winfield Williams. Williams is a blue car. Okay? It should be written down and preserved for all time. Just that one sentence. Williams is a blue car. Williams is not a red car. It's never a red. It's always a blue car. Yes. Thank you very much. Winfield Williams, says Will. They need to bring it back. How do you not recognise Williams anymore? The team has become a caricature of itself. Bring back the 1997 MasterCard Lola. Oh, yes. Bring that back. What a weapon that was. What a weapon that was, that 1997 MasterCard Lola. If only it had actually raced, I think it probably would have done better than the Jordans in 1997. There you go. Better than the Jordans. Yes. No, not really. Are you saying Williams are a joke because they have become rubbish cars in the recent years? F1 Fanatic Rant says Williams have been irrelevant since 1997. Oh, I don't know if I can agree with that, to be honest. What about the BMW years? Come on. As I said, they were definitely back on form in those years with one Pablo Montoya. Definitely, they came back. And I remember they resurged again, kind of, was it the late 2000s? I can't remember. So I'd have to disagree with that. Badalak F1 team. I like that, Will. Badalak F1 team. You should send that to Mr. Moaning Yorkshireman. Yes. 1997 is the last time Williams won a championship. That's true. At least since 2003, to be honest. Planet Play says, I just noticed that one of the sponsors of 40 in 1995 was MasterCard. Maybe that explains why their cars were so slow. Yes! MasterCard. Yes. Fantastic. What do you mean at least 2003, to be honest? Williams just beat McLaren to second in 2003. They've not been the same team since that season. In fact, they only have 2 wins since then. Williams had the fastest car in 2003, but Michael and Kimi were just better, to be honest. That's true. And yes, they definitely did have the fastest car in 2003. I remember. It was definitely. So, yeah, I have to disagree with Fanatic Rants there. Definitely. They not irrelevant. Not since 97 anyway. If classic cars do come back next year, I would like to do a video of comparing the classic cars to their old F1 games. Yes, nice. They definitely were quick enough to possibly win 1 title in 2003. This is true. Williams should have won the WCC, to be honest. Definitely. Williams finished second in the Constructors in 2003. Yes. What do you mean, yes? Shane GPT. Shane, read the comments. What comments? Shout out to Piastri, Hajar, Boletto and Verstappen for their grill the grid performances. Like, if the Ferrari F2001 is going to be on F127 as a classic car, I'll be comparing it to Formula 1 2001 on the PS2 by Sony and Studio Liverpool. Yes, indeed, Shane. Unfortunately, we got no news on that yet, so we have no idea whether there's even going to be classic cars Isaac getting all champions from like 92 until 80 or something. Shane Bot. Something buzzing around me. What is it? Go away. Shane Bot EXE's at it again. Lulu DNF incoming, says Will. Also, I'll be including the other one because EA did an F1 game, which means I'll be comparing F1 27 with Formula 1 2001 by Studio Liverpool and F1 2001 by EA on the PS2 with the Ferrari F2001. Fantastic. When are we getting to the comments below they all disappear? What do you mean I'm at it again? All right, Shane. I'm glad Science Jr. stayed at Williams, though. As bad as they may be, they're still Williams. True. Get Shane Coburn on the all seasons rubbish. Yes. Shout out to 2026 as well. With an average of around 8 out of 10, we have the regs for this year. If the comments have disappeared already, congratulations to Kimi Antonelli on winning the Dutch Grand Prix. Yes, well done, Kimi Antonelli. Also, not only I'll be comparing F1 27 with Formula 1 2001 by Studio Liverpool on the PS2 and F1 2001 by EA on the PS2, but also Formula 1 2001 on the PS1 by Studio 33 with the Ferrari F2001. Max Verstappen won't win another championship. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 4 out of 10 is more accurate, says Will. Badalak F1 team, Marina Bay Street Circuit, because I decided to rate the races this year as well. Matt only talks about Lulu. Yes, he does. Number 1 fan, that's why. Lando Norris. Number 1 for Autosport, but somehow he stole Alonso's number. Whoops. Zandvoort will return when Verstappen has a chance of being a record-breaking 8 times world champion. Lol. Yes, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Lando Norris, number 11 is more accurate. Planet Play says, I feel sorry for Plato considering the team won the other week. Yes, me too. I do feel sorry for that situation. It looks very much like he's been pushed out. He hasn't just quietly gone away. I can't believe that you'd have your name on the team, Jason Plato Racing, and then suddenly decide, oh, that's it, I can't be bothered anymore. So definitely things have gone on behind the scenes and he's been pushed out. So yeah, it is a shame. Also, if I really want to, I could throw Formula 1 Arcade on the PS1 with F1 27, Formula 1 2001 by Sony on the PS1 and PS2, and F1 2001 by EA on the PS2 as Formula 1 Arcade isn't based on 2001. More spam, says Blind Plessy. He received an A for this season. Hamilton A, Gasly A, Antonelli A, and Lawson A, I believe. Will says, cannot fucking wait until Norris has to get rid of that number 1 on his car. Shane, stop spamming. Norris and A. But unfortunately, there's no time trial in Formula 1 Arcade, so I'll have to leave Formula 1 Arcade out of the comparison. It's what they said. Autosport have been a joke since the old presenters left to join the race. Yes. And now, of course, the race are owned by Rafa TV, which, oh my God. I've unfortunately got to unsubscribe now from WTF1 stroke Rafa TV because the content they're producing now has got zero interest in for me whatsoever. Zero interest, really. And they're starting to spam the videos out as well, which is even worse. When you've got someone that you follow and or you used to follow and their stuff was really good and then it goes downhill and then they start spamming videos out, it's really annoying. It's really annoying because you're like, go away now. To be honest, it may not be them, actually, lol. Also, I guess if I really want to, I could throw F1 Career Challenge to compare the Ferrari F1 2001 with F1 27, Formula 1 2001 on the PS1 and PS2 by Sony, and F1 2001 by EA on the PS2. Shane, stop spamming, says Will. That could be cool. We all get it, Shane. As F1 Career Challenge includes 2001 in it, but it might be getting sillier besides it's EA again anyway. Before I continue, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who watched those all seasons live streams over the weekend. Here's the best bit, because as you know, if you do YouTube yourself, there's a delay before you get the metrics. So I had to wait about 3 days. But over those 2-day periods, my watch time increased by 92.7%. 92.7%. I was frankly amazed. Absolutely amazed. I'm still a little bit in shock right now, to be honest, but yes, that the watch time increased by that much. Obviously, it was only over 2 days, but it went up 92%. Now, the offshot of this is, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do some more. I know, and I quite understand. I think Helium Trophy is one of the people that said, you know, why are we watching? I understand. If there was any other thing I could find to put on that runs for a very long time, I mean, I've got other playlists that I could do, but I started with the All Seasons because it's the one that's the longest. But if there's anything else I could do, then I would. I mean, I'd do a 24-hour live stream of me just sitting here doing nothing if I thought that would work, but it wouldn't, because the All Seasons is like the most entertaining thing I've got on the channel that's very, very long. So that's why I decided to do that. So yes, unfortunately, I apologize in advance if you're a subscriber and you're not interested, but there will have to be some more of those live streams, because as I've explained, I need 4,000 before the end of January, and I don't want to be chasing that last, I don't know what it will be by then, probably 500 hours. I don't want to be chasing that last 500 hours in January when there's absolutely no Formula One at all. There won't be any news about Formula One. There won't be any Formula One. So my video output will be practically zero. It'll just be the All Seasons, and that'll be it. So my chance of getting the watch time up during January is very, very slim. Very, very slim indeed. So I'm doing what I can now to basically get ahead of the curve. If I can get to 4,000 hours way before January, then I can just go back to my normal output and stop the live streams, because I know people have said, you know, and I understand that. I can stop the live streams and just carry on as normal. So that's why I'm doing it. But anyway, a massive thank you to everyone who watched those live streams. There was a guy, I think he's called Paintbrush. I'm not quite sure. The Saturday night stream, he was still there 7.5 hours later. Now, for that, sir, you're going to get a clap. You're going to get a clap, because that is insane. Absolutely insane. He was still leaving comments 7.5 hours later on that stream. I'd fallen asleep about 3 times during the stream, woke up again, and then I came back to the comments and I was replying to the comments. But I'd fallen asleep about 3 times during the stream. But he was there the whole 7.5 hours that I did that stream. I think he just disappeared about half an hour towards the end. He'd probably collapsed from exhaustion, I should think. But anyway, thank you to Paintbrush for phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But thanks to everyone else who was out there as well. I know all the regulars were out there as well. I know it was a big surprise, like, what the hell is this? It was completely... I was just sitting here thinking of things to do, and I had my old PC on because I still do a bit of work on the old using my old computer. I just had that on, and I thought, hang on a minute, why don't I just do a live stream with the All Seasons? It just clicked in my head, and I went, do it. I thought, it's my old computer. If it blows up, you know, I'll be disappointed, but I won't be too upset. You know what I mean? So I thought, just do it. So that's what I did. I just set it up. I mean, it took me ages to set up the live stream because obviously I hadn't used it for ages for live. It used to be the computer I live streamed on, but I haven't used it for ages, and all the settings were all buggered up, and I had to sort all them out again. So it took me ages. That's why it didn't start till really late. I think it was like nearly 11 o'clock when it was like that. But I've got that all sorted now and ready to go, and I just did it, and I thought, well, I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. And at one point during those live streams, I had 9 viewers, which for a tiny little channel like me was just absolutely and the fact that it's basically just repeating a playlist that is already on my channel. If you want to go check it out, it's entirely up to you. But yeah, it was just incredible. I had 9 viewers at one point watching the classic All Seasons. I started it from the beginning, obviously. I didn't want to start from like the modern ones, because the older ones are so much more popular than the current ones, and I understand that completely, and I understand the reasons why that is as well. Unfortunately, I can't polish a turd, so I do the best job that I can with the materials that I've got available to me. But I quite understand that the older ones are so much more popular. And yeah, as I couldn't believe it, 9 viewers at one point. I was just absolutely gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked. So yeah, thanks to everyone that turned out. And unfortunately, yes, I will have to do some more of those at some point, because it was a great success. It was a great success. Now, I can only stream on that old computer at 720p, and probably when I get to like the modern ones, I'm talking about probably, I can't remember now, probably when it gets onto the PS4 era ones, I'll probably call it a day. It just depends. Just depends. If people are still watching it, I might go all the way through to the end. Just depends. But anyway, massive thank you to everyone that turned up for those streams. As I say, it was the only thing I could think of doing. YouTube are being a complete pain in the backside at the moment. I don't know what the hell is going on at YouTube. They're coming up with some very questionable decisions. I honestly don't understand. So the rules now are that you've got to get 4,000 hours before the end of January. Otherwise, it'll be, well, new people joining YouTube after the 31st of January will have to get 8,000 hours. Because I'm already on YouTube, I've got like grandfather rights. So if I don't get 4,000 hours, I've then got to get another 4,000 hours. But if I don't get the 4,000 hours, then the monetization is taken away. Now, I don't do this for the money. I've always made it blatantly clear. I get £120 a year for doing this. £120 a year. So it's nothing about the money. The mere really annoying fact for me is that if you don't have ads on your videos, YouTube won't push them, and that means that I could possibly end up with 10 views each video if I wasn't monetized, which is just a pain. I mean, I try everything to reduce the impact that ads has anyway. On my All Seasons, they literally put 10 lots of ad breaks through the video. For a half-hour video, they put in 10 ad breaks, which is just ridiculous. It really is. So I always go through every single All Seasons, and I put them in manually. Now, my policy has always been I don't put any adverts. Nothing I can do before it starts, because that's out of my control. That's YouTube doing it. But as soon as the video starts, there is no ad break for 10 minutes into the first 10 minutes of the All Seasons. There's no ads at all. That is my policy, because let's face it, most people on YouTube watching YouTube videos, they watch the first 5 or 10 minutes and then they click off anyway. So there's no interruptions in that first 10 minutes, and then I add, I think it's 3 ad breaks in the last part of the video, but I space them out like as much as I can. Sometimes there's one right at the end, but that's YouTube auto generating one at the end. But I put 3 in the middle, and so I tried to reduce the impact of the ads as much as possible. But as I say, if you're not monetized, the videos aren't pushed by YouTube because they're not making any money on them. So why would they? So I've got to reach 4,000 by the 31st of January. Then it resets and I've got to get another 4,000. But anyone starting after January, they've got 8,000, and then that's what they've got to get, 8,000 watch hours. This has been done as an attempt to get rid of the AI slop. I mean, there's so much AI slop on YouTube. It's ridiculous. It makes me laugh. They were all for AI slop when it first came out. They even gave you AI tools to assist you making YouTube videos. I mean, we still got AI tools now on YouTube to assist us. They were all for it. But then they suddenly found out what people could do with AI and the ridiculous things they can do with AI, especially in terms of video making. And now they're trying to get rid of AI slop by basically making it very hard for people to come in straight away and get monetized, because they now need 8,000 hours. I've noticed a lot of the AI channels get very little views, and I think that's a deliberate attempt by YouTube to try and my stream's dying. My stream's died. Stand by, everyone. We're in the red. We're in the red. Oh, God. Oh, God. I apologise if it's buffering. Oh, we're back. We're back. Wow. Thank you, Virgin Internet. Yes. I was informed that it's got a thing on it that will try and keep you connected. At the moment, it's working. Right. So anyway, so a massive thank you to everyone who did that. The other problem with YouTube is starting from the 24th of this month, every second of video that you watch now counts as a view. Now, this means that I could potentially end up with 10,000 views on every single video, which is ridiculous. But now YouTube's backtracked and said, "Oh no, we don't mean that. We just mean on multi-view videos and playlist videos, it counts as a view." So I don't know. This is one of the head honchos at YouTube. He's now backtracking. So in actual fact, it might not make any difference to the views on the videos. I'm just so confused right now with YouTube. It's just unbelievable. I'm just going to wait until the 24th and see exactly what happens. But if you see my videos after the 24th with thousands of views on, don't think I've suddenly become popular. That's just YouTube being YouTube. And I'll say I don't understand what's going on with YouTube right now. They've been making some very questionable decisions. The worst one, of course, was removing the dislike button. That was the worst one. And now they're doing stuff like this, doubling the watch hours. They're basically trying to kill small creators. They're trying to kill small creators. They want to become a TV channel, and that's it. They want to be able to show you the latest Jimmy Kimmel episode from last night, and that's all they want. They don't want small creators. They don't want anything like that. The writing was on the wall when they removed the logo from their website, which said broadcast yourself. That was the original mantra of YouTube, broadcast yourself. They removed that a couple of years ago. It's not there anymore. And the writing was on the wall. They just want to be a TV channel now, and that's it. And small creators, they don't want you. They don't want you. That's why they're now making it very difficult to be a small creator. Because if you're a small creator, 8,000 hours in a year is a huge amount of watch hours. Let me put that into perspective for you, okay? Most people on YouTube watch a video for 3.5 minutes and then click off it. Every time, 3.5 minutes. So you work out 3.5 minutes into 8,000 hours on YouTube. Now you see the problem, how long that's going to take for new people to get that. Unless they come in, and they're really popular, and that's fair enough. But for a standard, person, a nobody like me, we got no chance of getting 8,000 hours. So that's why I'm trying to push to get this 4,000 done. Yes, so while we're at it, throw in F1 Challenge 99 to 2002 and Grand Prix 4 as well, says Paul Plessy. Why are you saying we all get it? Winfield Williams will be Ferrari next year, says Will. Oh dear. EA Sports, it's out of the game. Wankers. Is Grand Prix 4 based on the 2001 season, says Shane? I'm not actually sure about that myself, Shane. I thought it might be 2002. I'm not quite sure. Shane, do you like Nikita Marzi spin, says Will? Crazy. We've been gone for 2 weeks and the stream almost ends prematurely. I know, Mr. Regara. We're in the green at the moment, so I'm going to run with it. There might be little dips in the stream, but if you remember in the past, we've had instances where I've lost the stream completely, and trying to restart the stream it's basically not worth it, because by the time I get everybody back into the stream, it's not worth restarting. So it's probably a better policy for me to end, if it ends, to just say thanks everyone, you've been awesome, and we'll call it a day. But at the moment, we're hanging in there. Unfortunately, I'm only streaming on Wi-Fi because my computer is upstairs in this office stroke spare bedroom. So I'm only streaming through the Wi-Fi. If I was streaming through the hardline, I don't think I'd have a problem, because the hardline's pretty good that I've got. But the Wi-Fi is not. But unfortunately, it's the only way I can stream, because I say I'm upstairs and I can't run the cable through the floorboard, if you know what I mean. Why are you asking if I like Nikita Mazepin? He only raced in 2021. Shane, you like all drivers since 1950, judged by your previous comments. I actually do, to be honest. Do you like Nikita Mazepin, Shane? F.F1 says Will. Yes. No more. He's F.F1. His channel was deleted by YouTube because apparently he made a racist comment, apparently. I don't get into all that. I don't get into all that rubbish. I've said it before, I treat people completely equally. I don't care what the colour of their skin is. So I don't subscribe to that rubbish. But apparently that's why he was taken off air. And Wonderful, yeah, he's still going, but he wants to be deleted off YouTube, apparently. I don't know. Still waiting for the goat. Maybe. Not again. Just say yes or no, Shane. Yes. I don't actively try to dislike many of the guys, but Marzi is a definite exception to that rule. Yes. Shane, how on earth can you like Nikita Marzi? Look at what he's done over the years. Why? What has Nikita Marzi done over the years? I suppose he's gotten better since leaving Formula One, but that really isn't saying much. Tell him, say, Williams were originally in white, says Lionel Plessy. That's actually true. They were originally in white. Yes, you're right. They were. Winfield Williams. No, Will. Stop it now. Stop it. Stop it. Wonderful, Winfield Williams. No. No. Williams were originally green and white. Yes, they were. Stop it now. Stop it. There you go. Just for you lot. There it is. The abomination of a car. The Winfield Williams. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jack Villeneuve. And Heinz Harold Fredson. Is that Juan Pablo Montoya there? Was he the reserve driver in '98? Sure, that looks like. Is that Juan Pablo? I don't know who that guy is, but that looks like you can't miss his smiling face. That's got to be Juan Pablo, isn't it? Was he the reserve in 1998? Notice how the spotlight has completely blanked them two out, and then it's shining brightly on Villeneuve and Fredson. It's like, yeah, let's not worry about these two guys here. Nah, get rid of them. We don't want them, that level of old rubbish. Let's focus on Heinz Harold Fredson and Jacques Villeneuve. And that horrible bloody... Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. That was the bit that annoyed me the most. Look at those suspension struts sticking out the top of the car. I'm sorry, but Adrian Newey would never have designed a car with the suspension struts sticking out the front. Top, sorry, look, sticking out the top. Look at it. What an abomination. That's what made me hate the car from the off, was the suspension. It just looked... Let's see if we can get a better picture of it. There it is there. Look at it. Look. It's like it's got acne. The Winfield's got acne. Look, it's got a huge spot on top of it. Look. What on earth was the thinking? I mean, how on earth is that aerodynamically sound? I don't get it. I don't get it. That's obviously something to do with the wishbone, isn't it? Coming up there. Maybe it's a dampener on there. I'm not quite sure. Suspension dampener for the wishbone. I'm not an engineer, so I can't tell you what that exactly is. But all I can tell you is it's a pair of nipples. It's a pair of tits. Yeah, which basically sums up the Winfield Williams for 1998. It's a pair of tits on top of the car. But I'm not sure what that is. I think that's probably some kind of dampener for the suspension, for the wishbone. But why they couldn't have engineered that to be on their flat, I've no idea. That was the only car in the field that had that on it. Because I checked all the other cars, none of them had that. So what was the thinking there? I don't know. I don't know. See, now that's a proper Williams. That's a proper Williams. That's a proper Williams. This abomination. No. No. And that was the other thing. In some of the tracking shots on the TV, if they got close to the Ferrari, you really couldn't tell them apart. And it was like, is that a Ferrari or was that a Williams? Not good. Now, we all know why they're red, because it's Winfield, and Winfield is a cigarette company, and their colours are red and white. I understand that it's the sponsor, not the car's fault, but the car's cock awful anyway. That 98 car was absolutely cock awful. No Adrian Newey, no Renault engine. Well, it is, but it's a customer Renault engine, not the official works Renault engine, because they pulled out in end of 97. It was just horrible. Absolutely hot. Anyway, stop rambling, Dave. Oh, hello, Mr. Scissors is here. He says, sorry I'm late. Winfield Williams. Oh, here's the goat. Definitely not the goat, says Will. Liam, the lesbian Lawson, as F1 fans calls him. Lovely. Now, where's my 47 Magnums? I'm a celebrity now, don't you forget. I told you where your Magnums are. They're in Iceland. Just go into your local Iceland, pick up 47 Magnums, go to the till and say, Dave sent me for these Magnums. He's going to pay. Then get your credit card out and pay for the Magnums, and I'll pay you back. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. What could be more difficult than that? I'll pay you back for the 47 Magnums. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. No, not really. How is Matt leading, says Will. I don't know. Goodness, the top chat is broken this evening, says Mr. Rugara. Oh my goodness. Shane says, if they include the 1982 McLaren as a classic car next year, I might compare that with checkered flag on the ZX Spectrum on my F1 classic cars versus old F1 games, as McFaster is based on the 1982 McLaren. It is indeed. Shane. Did you get that from watching my video from 40 years playing F1 games? Did you get that, Shane? To be fair, 40 had loads of sponsors in 1995 when Denise joined, and they upped and left. And then they upped and left. That's true. That's true. That guy on the search for a point rubbish is absolutely useless. The Hookster would have done it in the first Thank you. That's what I've been saying. It's not my fault. Just don't blame me, everyone. It's not my fault. I'm not driving the car. Roberto Moreno is. It's not my fault. Absolutely. If I'd have been driving first round, one and done. Yes, it would have been one and done. Now, I've got some bad news about the search for a point. Not really that bad, but obviously Formula One is back now, so the episodes are going to be a little bit less next week, because I've got the review of the Zandvoort Grand Prix on Monday, so there won't be a search for the point on Monday. I do apologise, but there's only a certain amount of things I can do in a day. So yeah, but it will be back on Tuesday. No worries. We'll be back on Tuesday. Search for a point. Be there or be square. I mean, it might not have much longer to go anyway, because I think we're on, is it episode 12? It's only a 17 round season, and obviously if we get there before the end of the 17th round, that's it anyway. The series is done, so it won't be long now. I'm hoping, if I can finagle it, we will see. Whichever one is the last episode, I'm hoping to do that, or at least set it up, schedule it to come out on the day that Formula One was released on PlayStation 30 years ago, which is going to be September the 13th, which isn't very far away now. It's the 20th of August now, so it isn't that long to go. And don't forget, we've still got more episodes to go yet, or I think we've still got more episodes to go yet. So I'm hoping to get the last episode, whichever round it is, out on the 13th of September, which is the anniversary of Formula One. That's the plan anyway. YouTube chat is broken again, says Will. It's always broken, Will. It's always broken. And I've lost the chat again. There we go. This is incredible. The BMW years was mostly good engines hiding average cars. Yeah, I'll go along with that. Correct. Yes. Even they didn't do shit in the last 2 years with that BMW engine. That's true. That's true. Congratulations to Max Verstappen for winning his home race. Yes. Congratulations to George Russell on crashing out of the Dutch Grand Prix. It's going to happen. Poor George. Poor Woody. Come on, let's have some love for Woody. Plana Placer says, it was good watching the old All Seasons episode again. Prefer the older ones, to be honest. I know. And I understand that completely. And I get loads of messages throughout the year saying exactly the same thing, that the older one's best. Because you've got the nostalgia aspect of it, but also there was so much more material that I could work with back on the older games. So much more material. Especially like you had 2010 with Nicole. You had her on there, but just so much more material. And the racing itself was a lot better. If you noticed in the races, it's a lot better back on the older games. You actually feel like you're racing with the other cars. It's just, I don't know, it's just got that something that is missing from the modern games. It just feels better. The racing feels better. So I can understand that. I can understand that. So yes, for a watching standpoint, they are a lot better. The older ones. Citizen says, I don't think they would have ever won 2003 regards to Ferrari bribing the FIA over the tyres. Hopefully, sire, but that might be a tall order. Shane says, I think F1 27 versus checkered flag on the ZX Spectrum with the 1982 McLaren might be the weirdest comparison on my F1 27 Classic Cars video. It might be, Shane. It might be. It might be. And in one of those episodes, you said, sorry, I've not made any videos because I'm having too much fun playing Micro Machines. And how did that go? Did I really say that? I must have fallen asleep during that episode when I repeated it over the week. Did I actually say that? Sorry, I've not made any videos because I'm having too much fun playing Micro Machines. Oh, God. Oh, God. I had such high plans for that game, Micro Machines. But it was shit. And guess what? It was also made by Codemasters. Yes, and it was shit. Absolute shit. There is less than 0 chance Max sees out that contract. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I don't think he'll be there till 2030. I think personally Red Bull next year might start ending up with Jordan levels of performance, you know? Like 7th and 8th finishes, 9th and 10th finishes. But that's just speculation. We'll have to see what happens. Montoya and Ralph Schumacher didn't do as well as Michael Schumacher or Barrichello that season that lost it for them. This is true. Still, though, Williams had the best car in 2003 and didn't do enough as a team to win. Exactly. KD is a bitter man, says Will. Unfortunately, this probably means another few years of Norris and Piastri bottle jobs. Yes. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Lando Norris is still overrated, says Will F1. I think he's hugely overrated, Will. Honestly. Hugely overrated. Seriously. Lando Norris is... trying to compare him to another driver. Lando Norris is Damon Hill. 100%. Lando, Damon. They could almost be twins. That's Lando Norris. He's Damon Hill. As I've said before, Damon Hill. Excuse me. A good driver, but not a great driver. And that's exactly what you could say about Lando Norris. A good driver, but not a great driver. Yes, I know he won, but Damon won a championship as well, once. And I think Lando's only going to win his once as well. But yes, I know he won the championship, but still doesn't make you a great driver, to be honest. To be honest. I mean, that McLaren last year it knocked it out of the park. So it's pretty inevitable they were going to win. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Plant says, I was watching all the WTF1 videos the other night. Yes, all 45. Yeah, I know they've deleted a load of them. If you go on Social Blade, it might have disappeared now because it only runs. You can only get it to run 14 days at a time. But on Social Blade, I was looking at their channel, and they lost 58 million views in one day. And I went, what? How on earth did that happen? So I had to look it up on Google, and apparently that happens if you delete videos off your channel, the views that you had are then deleted. And so they went and deleted a ton of WTF1 videos, and they lost 58 million views all in one go. Crazy. I don't understand it. Why wouldn't they just leave them up there? I don't get it. Surely they'd get some legacy views out of those old videos. Surely. Rest in peace, WTF1. Yes, rest in peace, WTF1. It's now completely gone, unfortunately. Now it's owned by Rafa TV or whatever. I don't know. Bloody hell. But Rafa TV has got zero interest for me, unfortunately. They're doing the IndyCar NXT series or something. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But that's not the channel I signed up for. So do a super chat and see if the chat actually changes. Money stuck in the gold pot. Let's keep going. Shane likes Nikita Mazzy spin. I forgot Norris even has a number 1 in the car. I think everybody's forgotten that, haven't they? Let's face it. How the fuck is Matt leading, says Will. Is he really? It's unbelievable. Matt to take his first win of 2026. So since I mentioned I would like to do a video on F1 27 classic cars versus F1 games, I guess you could say to me, Dave, if we do get classic cars next, go for it. Yes, absolutely, Shane. 5th, not too bad, following on from my podiums. I fell asleep halfway through the streams. Well, you're not the only one. I fell asleep halfway through the streams as well. Bit of luck, it does it all automatically off a playlist. And I haven't got to sit there doing it every video. Oh my God, and I just pressed the button and left it running. It was quite good. The old PC buffered a couple of times because she's getting on a bit now, the old girl, but she did all right. She did all right. Sinbad and Marina, says Shane. TMY is still going grey. No! Poor lad. He must be reaching the big 3-0 soon, isn't he? Or has he got past it? I can't remember. The big 3-0. Time to watch the All Seasons rubbish again for whatever episode I'm on, says Platinum Fezzy. Yes. What do you mean, no? I went to sleep, so I missed Dave being told by McLaren that he needed to finish 5th or be sacked. I remember that one. Shane, stop talking about Sinbad and Marina on every single stream. But Dave doesn't mind me talking about Sinbad and Marina. Goodness gracious. Plynal and I don't agree, Shane. Shanebot EXE. What, you and Plynal don't agree? Shane GPT. Shane Gemini. 50-25 for 4 guys. What do you mean, Shane Gemini? Shane is an AI robot. Google Gemini. Shane Gemini. I am not an AI robot. There you go. Dave was 92 when the All Seasons rubbish started. Can we ever get back to look at Marina's black behind from Sinbad the Legend? No, says Will. Why are you saying no? We do not want to look at that again. What don't you want to look at again? No, because that will get Dave taken off YouTube. You're quite right. What an upset. Oh, I see. Shane, just stop, please. What will get Dave taken off YouTube? Can we time out Shane? If only Dave appointed mods. Yes, if only Dave appointed mods. Yes. There you go. Anyway, while I'm here, shall we see if Jimmy Fixit released another video while I've been sitting here? Shall we? Let's have a look. I'm sure he probably has by now. It's been a few hours. Let's have a look. And see if Jimmy Fixit's made another video while I've been here broadcasting. Oh, he hasn't made another one. Oh, I'm upset now. I've got nothing to watch tonight. Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy lad. Make another video. Oh, I'm disappointed now. Don't forget, everyone, he's got those other 40 points to get through. Paddock 43 have intercepted this stream. Yes. And if things keep going like this, we may end up giving helium a couple of points. Yes. While we're at it, talking about Paddock 43. You forgot the 43, Dave. There you go. Unfortunately, everyone, the lady that I had disagreement with, if you remember, has left Paddock 43. So now they are down to just one, and it's Ellie. What's her name? Ellie Ballou. I think that's Cat Ballou's sister. But anyway, that's it, everyone. They are now down to. And please don't ever go at me. It was nothing to do with me. Okay. That the decision she made was nothing to do with me. But she has now left. So there is just one person now running Paddock 43 on YouTube and Instagram. There you go. He's in the red. Lulu, Matt Win. Lulu fanboy. Every video is of you. 10k on Hookster's WTM1 videos. Yes. Caddy. Also, after you've watched the trailer for Toy Story Retro Roundup and Toy Story 3 Complete Edition, Dave, I'm very excited for this to come out this October. What's that you got up there, TB? What's that? He's got something in his ear. What is it? Oh my god, it's a bit of plastic. Where'd that come? That's very weird. He's got a bit of plastic in his. Look at that. Can you see that on camera? He's got a bit of plastic in his ear. Have you gone for an earring or something? Are you trying to be? You trying to be a rocker? You trying to be a rock star? That's very weird. Never even noticed that before. Never even noticed that. Shall I pull it out? He says that's what you say after the stream. Right, let's put TB away. Macca, Nozza, Adam Nozza. Here for the love of the game, Pretty Noseby Lunch, Shamebot.exe. Wonderful. Yeah, let's hope that classic cars are coming back next year. So I will do a video of comparison of classic cars to their old F1 games. Show everyone that Twitter page I sent you. Him and Fixed would be best mates. Yes. Oh, time is up. Blimey. Blimey. We're nearly out of time. I don't know if I've been on. I'll be all right for a bit. All right for a bit. My brain's gone to mush. My brain's gone to mush. Here he is. I know you sent me this, didn't you? Stephen Hegstat? I'm not quite sure. His claim to fame is, I am undefeated in debate. Every Brit and Lewis fanboy has failed to challenge me. They reply with denial or excuses, then just desperation for the last word. Yeah, he should get together with Fixed, honestly. Get on like a house on fire. Look, all these people apparently are blocking him. Facts will melt these Brits 100% of the time, he says. My goodness. Oh, these salty Brits hate it if you post actual info. Another Brit had a meltdown. He definitely needs to get on with Fixed, doesn't he? Look at this. Look at this. Typical British cult Lewis Hamilton fan. When they see facts that make them cry. A childish insult, then I get blocked. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That little snivelling cunt art fashy blocked me. What is going on? This is really the dregs of the internet now, isn't it? Sorry, Shane. Sorry, Shane. Don't look at this, Shane. Don't look at this. So there you go. Go follow Stephen Hess, or perhaps not. Perhaps not. Right, where do we get to? We need to return the 97 MasterCard Lola. We do indeed. We do indeed. It's such a shame it's not in the F1 97 game, because I could have done a season with that. Such a shame. I wish they put it in. I mean, they put the bloody Estoril track in, didn't they? But not the cars. He's just got past the Williams #1. Christ, KD. KD also have the Williams FW19 on F1 27. I will compare that to the Formula 1 on PS1 on my F1 27 Classic Cars versus Old Games video. Winfield Williams looks magnificent, says Will. I do like the livery of the 1999 Winfield Williams. It was alright. Stunning car. If you ignore every other car in the field, that car is stunning. Get out of first, Matt. I love the 1998 Williams. Well, it's happened. To go with the tit driving it. That's true. Just imagine seeing the rubbish X-Wings on that 1998 Williams. Oh, yes. Those famous X-Wings. All the little teams started putting them on, didn't they? And everyone thought, it's just a little tweak that the small teams have managed to... Oh, my stream's died again. My stream's died again. Come on, stream. We're back in the yellow. So if you're back in the green. Yeah, all the little teams had those horrible winglets, didn't they? And everyone thought, it's just a little aerodynamic tweak for the smaller teams. And then Ferrari came out with it, didn't they? And pretty much, I think the FIA banned it overnight as soon as they saw it on a Ferrari. They just went, no, that's it. That's going. That's going. Just horrible, wasn't it? Absolutely disgusting, those wings. Obviously, it made some kind of difference. But I know one team that had them for sure, and that was Tyrrell. And there it is. Look at that. Disgusting. And then, of course, they ended up on the Ferrari. And I think that's when the FIA said, that's it, we're done. That's your lot. That's your lot. The X-Wings. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what the thinking was there. Obviously, it made a difference. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put them on, would they? Let's face it. The aerodynamicist must have found something and decided to put them on. But oh my god, I was so glad when they got taken off. Quite frankly, this is the YouTube. True. Lando Norris DNF incoming. This was going to be one of the greatest upsets. Pretty Noseby lunch. Oh well. Seeing Matt finish in first place. Shane was 42 years old in 1982. Joking. Like Lulu winning a race in 2025. Angel of mine year was when Shane was born. Pretty. Ah, and the chat's gone again. Oh, here we go. Where did I get to? There we go. Shane attended the 1950 British Grand Prix. I'm not that old, Will. I was born in 1998. Woody deserved love. Shane was born the same year as the Winfield Williams. That's true. Woody Merchant. You almost got that right, but I was born in 1988, the year after Angel of Mine. Yes, I was. You are correct. I heard GTA 6 has been leaked. Has it really? Wowzers. Only the second time that's happened, yeah. EA, electricity arseholes. Has it, Pessy? Red Bull won't be that bad, to be honest. Fun with micro machines? Nah, you can tell that's lies. No one with a brain can physically have fun with that game. That's true. Definitely got that right, I suppose. Good, but not great. David Croft thinks Lando Norris will win the championship. Really? Goodness, David Croft. Yeah, but I will explain on that comparison of F1 27 versus Checker Flag if we get the 1982 McLaren's a classic car like we did back in 2018 2019, and that is how licensing F1 games started off. The all seasons outlasted WTF1. Yes, I've finally achieved something in life. It makes me so happy, so very proud, so very proud. How long before George is shoved back to Williams? Not very long, I don't think, judging by his form. Not very long. TMY is 52 years old. He can go to Cadillac with Bottas. George Russell plus Cadillac. What a combination it would be. Goodness. TMY was 42 years old when Nico Rosberg beat Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery. The All Seasons also has some very well-known characters, including David Coulthard, Oliver's Penis, Christian Klein, and Nicole. That's true. That's true. Some of the drivers themselves were their own characters, I have to say. And that's one of the problems I have with the games of today. There's no real characters in the sport anymore that I can take the piss out of, to be honest. So yeah, that is a problem. Lewis Hamilton overtakes Timo Glock. TMY punches the TV. Fixed said he's made over 1,000 videos and most are related to Abu Dhabi 2021. I know. The devotion of this man is it's off the hook. It's off the hook. Off the hook. He did forget to mention, though, he's made 1,000 videos, but most of them have been blocked by Formula One management. But that's all by design, you know. It's all a conspiracy. Yes, it's not copyright. It's FIA doing it on purpose because I'm speaking the truth. Yes. Yes. Really, I'm just spinning out a lot of old shit on every video that I've said at least 9 times before in all other previous videos. But I've got to keep repeating it because I'm doing Teletubby entertainment here. Yeah. Every single video I've got to repeat the same thing 5 times so that you actually get it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yes, 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 because they like that, don't they? They like that, yes. It's all a contrivance, yes, yes, all a contrivance. All the judges are corrupt, yes, with their capes and their tights, yes. It's easy to speak like Fixed, you know. Anyone can do it. It's not bloody difficult, is it? No, no, no. My God. It's not difficult at all, you know. I've never seen anyone be so dedicated on making videos about one event that lasted 2 hours. I know. I know. I know. As Mr. Roy Castle sang back in the day, dedication's what you need if you're gonna be a record breaker, yeah. But it's all right. It's all right because he's going to take him to court, even though it's physically impossible to take the FIA to court because of something you see on the TV. Apart from that, I think he's got a good case, even though it would take him at least £12 million to take the FIA to court. Yeah, and as far as I can tell, he's an unemployed builder from Tetford. Yes, lives on a council estate. Well, it looks like it from Google Maps anyway. So I don't know. I don't know how he's going to find the 12 million quid that's needed to take the FIA to court, which they won't accept anyway, because as I say, you can't prosecute someone for something you see on the telly. I mean, just imagine the repercussions of that. If everyone could do that, like, you know, if your favourite contestant on Love Island doesn't win, that's outrageous. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to take you to court for this contrivance. Just imagine, everyone could do it. The whole world would be in chaos, wouldn't it? You can't do it, mate. You just saw it on the telly, didn't you? It's nothing actually to do with you, is it? Nothing to do with me, nothing to do with anyone. No. You can't take anyone to court because you saw it on the TV. But his fans, they love him. They love old James. They love him. They like James. Yes, they love old James. They really do. They think he's the bee's knees. Liquid gold every time he speaks. Yeah, liquid gold. And all his fans as well. I love his fans. I love his fans. All over the place they are. Talk about caring the community. It's right there on the channel. He's doing a service. He's doing a service. Yeah. Yeah. You got fake people pretending to be famous people. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I can't wait for every episode. It's like the Viz comic for real. It is. It's like watching the Viz comic played out for you every single time. Yeah. Don't bother watching the videos, like, because it's exactly the same every video. There's no difference. No, there's no difference. Oh, and don't call him out, because he gets very annoyed if you call him out. He'll make a video about you, and there'll be so much profanity and swearing and getting annoyed. And this is the same person who's going to take the FIA to court and be precise and very, you know, calm about why he's doing this. And the next minute, someone calls him up and he calls him a CNAT. He says, "You're a," and you know what you're talking about. Because in this world, or James' world, that's the world that he's built inside his own head. Yeah, there's a little steam train going round in James's head right now, going woo woo, woo woo, and it's the steam train of justice. Yeah, and in that steam train of justice in James' head, everything that he says is correct. He's not wrong about anything. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be Formula 1. It could be life in general. It could be politics. It could be war. It could be anything. He's always right. Always right. And everyone else is completely wrong. And he's, as he said in his video, it's not a debate. He doesn't want to debate. No, because how can you debate? He's right every single time. Never makes a mistake. Always right. Always right. God bless you, James. God, I hope there's more people like you to see that justice is served, because it needs to be served, James. It needs to be served. It really does. It's just, you know, it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Myself, I watched Abu Dhabi 2021, and I was incensed. Yeah, I went, well, that was a shit race, and 5 minutes later, I'd forgotten about it. Yeah. Maybe even 3 minutes later, I've forgotten about it, because it's just motor racing on the TV, isn't it? And it's nothing to be get upset about, is it? It's just motor racing. Yeah, of course there's probably, you know, corruption in Formula 1. There's corruption in all sport. Every single sport has corruption in it. But, you know, what's it got to do with us? Nothing. We're just watching it on the telly. The corruption is that we're paying to watch it on the telly. That's the real corruption. But apart from that, it's nothing to do with us, is it? No. But there you go. God bless you, James. God bless you. And I hope you get all your issues sorted out soon, because you know, I feel we're kind of reaching a climax with James. I think we're finally reaching the climax. Yes, there's going to be some kind of explosion very soon. I do believe very, very soon. Who knows? One day he might even show his face. Yeah, he did admit that he's quite ugly. That's why he doesn't show his face. But I beg to differ, James, because look at this. What an absolute state. And yet I'm still here. And you know why I show my face, James? Because I know you're watching, because you can't get enough of the Hookster, can you? You know why I show my face, James? Because then you can see my personality, and you can see what I'm telling you is the truth. Maybe you don't want to show your face, James, because when you get really annoyed, I think you're shuffling forwards and backwards in your seat, because if you listen to your videos through headphones, all I can hear is this. I think when you're getting really annoyed, you're rocking forwards, and you don't want people to see that, James, because that's not good. That's not a good look, is it? No. So I think that's the real reason why you don't show your face. I don't think it's because MFI are after you. I don't think that's the reason. No. I mean, maybe MFI are after you. Perhaps they need a few kitchen cabinets put in. I don't know. But I don't think that's the reason why you don't need to show your face. No. And I'm sure personally James Bond's probably got better things to do than chase after you. Yeah. I think probably the police has got better things to do as well than answering your calls about Abu Dhabi being a contrivance. Poor old police. They got a lot of things to do these days, and they could probably not have to deal with that. To be honest, not have to deal with that. That's what I think, anyway. No, I'm being serious. Don't laugh. His last video, he has contacted the police over the Abu Dhabi incident. No, stop it. No, this is serious. This is not funny. He has contacted the police. Yeah. I'm sure Dixon and Doc Green was probably sitting there on the phone going, "Oh yes, oh I see, oh yes, that does sound like a complete contrivance. That does, doesn't it? Yes, that needs urgent investigation. Oh no, I assure you, Mr. Atkins, we will be on that in milliseconds. In fact, the moment I put this phone down right now, I'm going to be on it. Yes, thank you for calling, because that sounds like a very important thing. Yes, very important. No, thank you, and goodbye. Yes, yeah, no, that's going to get sorted right now. Thank you, sir, and goodbye. Anyone for some tea? Oh yeah, I'd love a cuppa. How about you? Yeah, lovely. What was the phone call about? Fuck knows. I don't know. Some nutter talking about F1 Abu Dhabi. Something like that anyway. Who knows? Right, let's finish off these comments. "9 hours since the last fixed video. It's official. The channel is over. Race Day Cafe. Oh, yes. I like that. Yeah, because if we get the 1982 McLaren as a classic car on F1 27, like we did on F1 2018, F1 2019, I'll explain when comparing it to Checkered Flag on the ZX Spectrum that this is how. License F1 Games was born. Jack Nichols, Jermaine Janus, TB has intercepted this channel. Yes, because I'll explain when comparing F1 27 with Checkered Flag that Ferretti is Ferrari and McFaster is McLaren, which is how License F1 Games started off. What do you both have in common other than working on Formula E? Oops! Get Piers Morgan on this all seasons rubbish. Get R. Kelly on this all seasons. Oh wait, he was on there when Dave flipped the Sauber at Nürburgring. Yes, he was. Unfortunately. Has Shane pre-ordered F1 27? Lol, Pessy. You silly Billy. I haven't... That... Will? Now you consider yourself told, young man, you silly Billy. I haven't pre-ordered F127. We're still in 2026, and it'll only mention about getting it pre-ordered when the trailer is released. Yes. See, Will, silly Billy. Hasn't even been. Trailer's not even come out yet, has it? Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes. Almost biblical, in fact. You're talking like it's getting released next month, Shane. Throat drier than the Western Sahara, but still on points. They mentioned the MasterCard logo in the manual, but not the game. A collab with him and Fix would get 5 billion views easily. Yes, good. Yeah, but I can't help but look forward to classic cars happening next year. Very true. Pessy makes epic move on Shane for third. Brundle said the X-Wings were like if someone had an Airfix kit for Christmas and lost the instructions. I like that. I like that. Are you saying I'm talking like it's coming out next year because I'm talking about doing a video called F127 Classic Cars versus old F1 games? The Tyrrell X-Wings were on the F1 97 game. Yes, they were. Show us Race Day Cafe, says Will. Oh, Will. Suppose, if that's what you want. Then that's what you get. Here you go, Will. Race Day Cafe. 52 flipping heck. 52,000 subscribers. Oh my goodness. So I suppose everyone better check out Race Day Cafe because she seems to be doing very well. Very well indeed. She doesn't post very much though, does she? I mean, 8 days ago was the last one. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month. There you go. But there you go. Race Day Cafe. Go check it out. Hookster attended the 1929 Monaco Grand Prix at age 4. Dave was 73 when the X-Wings were banned. Hookster was 67 when Nigel Mansell was world champion. The all seasons outlasted WTF1. How much do you want to bet GTA 6 is a buggy, glitchy, unfinished mess upon release like Cyberpunk? Absolutely. Hookster was 74 during the 1999 solar eclipse. Bring back the pay drivers. Also, Dave, would you like to see my video called F127 Classic Cars versus old F1 games? We get classic. I would indeed, Shane. Shane, it's August 2026. Contrivance. Yes, I know. Badalak, boring Bottas. Hookster was 63 when Senna won his first championship. Contrivance. Hookster was a grumpy 61-year-old man when Alan Prost was world champion in 1986, sorry. There's no 2000 on Top of the Pops tomorrow night, but it's 1982 and 1987. Wowzers. But last week was rubbish. Jerry Halliwell got to number 1 and Mel C is number 1 next week. Boo. Caledonia honeymoon period very much looking over. It's almost certainly 90% of fixed subscribers are ones he's brought. Yes, no doubt. No doubt. Who else in the chat would want to see my video called... Yes, who else would? Heater Central. We went car racing. Abu Dhabi 21 was an okay race. Definitely one of the most overrated races due to the championship. TMY, best timer of all time. James won't show his face because everyone will see the state of his mum's basement. Oh, I like what you did there. I like what you did there. Yes. He's a tool. Yul Marina. Would be impressive if MFI was after James Christian. They went bust about 20 years ago. Did they really? Did they really? Well, in my mind, they're still going. Yes. What about B&Q? Is that still going? Please tell me B&Q's still going. Susie Perry, core. Yeah, Susie Perry, core. The Midland F1 team used to get called MFI. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I'm not laughing, Dave. Good. From experience on F106, the car drove like a kitchen cabinet too. However, Shane, Regara and Panic 69 DRS train. Race Day Cafe, lol. Why are you saying your Marina? Hookster will be 753 by the time Roberto scores a point. Planel says, has Fixed been in a relationship with a woman? Well, the fact is, Mr. Planel Plessy, there's 53% of the population are women. So I'm glad to say it's highly possible. It's highly possible. Yes. Yes. Highly possible. At some stage, it probably must have happened. B&Q is still going barely. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that. I haven't been in B&Q for any paint for about 20 years, but as long as they're still going, then I'm happy. I'm a happy man. I am. I'm a happy man. Dave was 62 when Roberto Moreno got his first point in 1987. The closest Fix has been to a relationship is to his right hand. Yes. Yes. He likes that. Yes. He likes that. There we go. Anyway, that's it, everyone. It's time to go. It's time to end the show because the timer's going to go off in 1 minute. So it's time for tonight's top fans. I've pressed the button. Ooh, we've only got 5 top fans tonight. Here we go then. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it gone? Where are you? There you are. Oh, hello. Someone's car alarm's going off outside. Someone's breaking into a car outside, everyone. Hold on. Hold the phone. Quick, call the Rozzers. Call the Rozzers. Oh, and there goes my timer. It's gone. Right, here we go then. Yes, the car's been broken into. They've got the stereo and they've gone. Right, here we go then. Here's this week's top 5 top fans. At number 5, it is, oh my goodness, it's Mr. Regara. At number 4, it's Shane Coburn 2023. So here's the podium positions. At number 3, it's Plynel Plessy. Wait a minute, I've just realised something. Where's Anyway, we continue. At number 2, it's Matthew 7657. He's been knocked off the top spot by Mr. Will F1, who is this week's, once again, top fans. Top fans again. But I've got a question. What's happened to the Scissor Sisters? Why isn't he even on the board? Is he now completely irrelevant? He's been erased from YouTube forever? Is that what's happening here? Why isn't he on the board? Hang on. It's just Chatham. Break-ins are just a daily errand. Yes. I didn't qualify. Apparently, yeah, you didn't qualify. Hang on, let me put it on live chat. See if that makes any difference. Top fat. You're still not there. You've been erased from history. You have been erased from history. Nope, you're still not there. I thought you appeared the moment you come on into the chat. You'd at least be in number 6 position behind Mr. Regara, but you're not there. This sounds a bit Twilight Zone, this does, doesn't it? He's been erased from history, everyone. He's been erased from history. Oh my goodness. That's not good, is it? I decided to drive the 1997 Lola for this weekend. Goodness. There you go. Oh dear, seem to have deleted KD from the results. Anyway. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining me tonight for another Hookster Talks. Ended up 40 seconds off the 107% time. Yes, you didn't even qualify. That's very strange. Very, very strange indeed. Not a lot tonight. Goodness. Thanks everyone for me and Mr. TB the Bear, everyone's favourite bear, and of course die-hard Lewis Hamilton fan. F1's back on Sunday at Zandvoort. We will see what happens there. Is Max going to have a resurgence and win the race? We will find out. Usually that happens when you get a long-term signing. Two things either happen. Either the driver goes yes and gets really enthusiastic and actually does better and performs better and actually starts winning races, or they do a Valtteri Bottas and they take the money and say, I can't be bothered with doing this anymore, like he did at Sauber. So we will see on Sunday which side Max is going to go with. I think it's going to be the Sauber route, personally. For the next 5 years now, I think Max is just going to take the money and run. But we will see. Anyway, still faster than Aston or Moreno. True, Paddock 69. Yes. Anyway, there you go, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight on the show. Grand Prix on Sunday. What else have we got? All seasons on Saturday. And of course, I will be around doing the results as usual, even though I'm going to drop out of the shorts revenue. It doesn't matter. I shall do them for free because I literally made 1 penny when I read those results out at the weekend anyway. So it doesn't matter. I will take the penny for you guys out there. So yeah, I'll be back for the qualifying and race results at the weekend as well. Thank you everyone. Awesome as always. And I'll catch you in... Why is that saying sign into chat? Why have I got to sign into my own chat? Why have I got to do that? Yeah, apparently I'm not signed in to my own chat. I cannot... Wait a minute. I've got to put myself on screen in case a personal message comes up. And yes, a personal message has come up. Couldn't find this account? What are you talking about? It's me. It's me, the Hookster. That's weird. I'm putting my email in and it's saying it can't find this account. Yeah. Anyway. I'll sort that out later. I will sort that out later. I have to do it off air just in case I get a message up. Anyway. Yeah, I've been cancelled again. It won't let me sign into... I don't know what's going on there. Davey's cancelled. Hopefully YouTube sorts this out next week, to be honest. Yes. Good night to TB and good night to you, Shane. Good night to everyone else. YouTube has really messed things up. Yes. I'll tell you what it is. It's because I haven't signed their agreement. I keep saying sign this. And no, I'm not going to. I've got until the end of January to sign it. So I'm not going to sign it now. So that's probably why they've signed me out of the chat. The bastards. The bastards. Anyway, thanks everyone. I will catch you later.